Have you ever wondered how much your privacy is worth? Welcome to the world of surveillance capitalism, where your online footprint is a gold mine. This relatively new business model is all about gathering and using personal data. Let's consider a few examples. Google, a search engine giant, collects data from your search queries, website visits, and even your location. Facebook, the social media behemoth, tracks your likes, shares, and the pages you follow. But why, you might ask? The answer is simple: targeted advertising. Your data, your preferences, your online behavior, they all paint a picture of who you are as a consumer. These companies then use this information to show you tailored ads, increasing the likelihood that you'll click and make a purchase. So every time you surf the web, you're trading a bit of your privacy for convenience. The question we need to ask ourselves is, do we really know the cost of our online presence? To understand the impact of surveillance capitalism, let's delve into some real-life case studies. Take targeted advertising, for instance, a primary offshoot of surveillance capitalism. A company, let's call it Company X, collects data about your online activities. This data might reveal that you've been searching for running shoes. Suddenly you start seeing ads for running shoes on various websites, social media platforms, even in your email inbox. It's as if the internet knows what you want before you do. These ads can and do influence buying decisions, often encouraging impulse purchases. But the impact of surveillance capitalism goes beyond influencing your shopping habits. It can also lead to serious privacy violations. Imagine another scenario. You use a fitness tracking app, let's call it App Y. You log your workouts, your meals, even your sleep patterns. App Y collects this data, ostensibly to help you reach your fitness goals. However, this highly personal information could be sold to third parties, who might use it for their own purposes. Your health insurer, for example, could potentially access this data and adjust your premiums based on your lifestyle. Perhaps the most infamous example of the potential misuse of data is the Cambridge Analytica scandal. In this case, data from millions of Facebook users was harvested without their explicit consent. This data was then used to influence voter behavior during the 2016 US presidential election and the Brexit referendum. This is a stark example of how surveillance capitalism can be weaponized to manipulate public opinion on a grand scale. These are not isolated incidents. They are widespread and systematic, a product of the digital age we live in. It's a world where our digital footprints are tracked, stored, analyzed, and often sold, all in the name of profit. It's a world where privacy is increasingly becoming a luxury rather than a right. It's a world that we need to understand, navigate, and ultimately reshape. These are not isolated incidents. They are widespread and systematic, a product of the digital age we live in. So where do we go from here? Is there a way to reclaim our privacy? The answer is a resounding yes. Despite the seemingly all-encompassing reach of surveillance capitalism, there are many ways we can protect ourselves and our data. Firstly, let's consider the importance of data privacy laws. These regulations are designed to protect our personal information, and they're growing stronger every day. They're the first line of defense, setting boundaries for what companies can and cannot do with our data. Then, there's the power of technology. We can harness tools like virtual private networks or VPNs, ad blockers, and privacy-focused browsers to keep our online activities private. These tools make it harder for third parties to track and profit from our data. Finally, we have the most important tool at our disposal: knowledge. By staying informed about the latest threats and protective measures, we can make smart decisions about our online behavior. The fight for privacy is not a hopeless one. It starts with awareness and informed decisions. In conclusion, surveillance capitalism has become an integral part of our digital lives. A world where our every click, like, and share is tracked and monetized, shaping our online experiences and sometimes even our real-world decisions. We have delved into how this silent intruder has wormed its way into our digital existence, turning our data into a lucrative commodity. We've also touched on the profound impact it has on our lives. From influencing our purchasing decisions to potentially eroding our democratic processes, the effects of surveillance capitalism are far-reaching and profound. Looking forward, the future of privacy remains uncertain. However, one thing is clear: understanding and combating surveillance capitalism is of paramount importance. We need to take control of our digital footprints, question the free services we use, and value our privacy as much as we do our convenience. Remember, the price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. Make sure your privacy isn't sold cheaply.